Hey, I'm Hendrik Booz, and I'm going to be your online English 12 teacher for the school year. I'm going to go ahead and just give you kind of a brief overview of class and how we work things with the two different platforms, Blackboard, which is in front of you, and then the second one, Google Classroom, which is where you submit most of your work, but not all of it. So if we go back to the Blackboard page, these buttons on the left-hand side are going to help you navigate the course. The ones that we primarily use are going to be Blackboard Collaborate, the discussion board, which we'll use every week, and then the English 12 units for our honors class, which you'll also use every week. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory, but we've migrated mostly to Google Classroom, and I've created a class website that allows you to go through each of the quarters, as you can see, and then also has all of the information for class that you may need. So if you were to click on logistics, you're going to find your syllabus, your calendars, your agenda, things like that. As you can see right here, boom, boom, boom. If you click on Class 1 materials, it's the only hot link that works right now because obviously we haven't made it to quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. If you click on that, you're going to find access to, boom, all of the sessions for the personal narrative, exit tickets for class, etc., etc., etc. If we go back to Blackboard, every time you log into Blackboard Collaborate, you're going to go ahead and you're going to find a link to join and then a link to recordings. If you click link to join, you'll see that it's going to ask you for your name, and I'd like you to put your last name in first and then your first name last, and you're going to log in. When that happens, you're going to see a little download piece go to the left-hand side of your screen. It'll pop up and Blackboard Collaborate will launch. Hopefully you guys have done this before class because sometimes you have to verify the application and then run it. So what's going to happen is you will automatically be thrown into what's called a Collaborate shell. And that Collaborate shell is where you're going to interface with me. So give it a couple seconds and boom, 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 it loads. And you're going to see right now that you have the same kind of interface that I will have. I can't access any of this information. Looks like one of your classmates is already in here, like talk or video, but as a student, but the teacher would. And so when I log in, I have a whole other link that I'm able to give you permission to talk. We'd like you guys to be in class on time. If you're more than 10 minutes late, you get locked out and you're going to have to watch the recordings. And so if you see in that link, a list of recordings, when you click on this, eventually what will happen is it'll pop up with a list of all of the different recordings for class. We haven't even started this year, so you're not going to see anything. So we go back to your courses. I'm going to go to online. The next thing down is going to be the discussion board. Most of you guys have already posted your introductions. And you can see right here, these introductions are going to be for your personal narrative, eventually for your research unit, etc. And you are going to create your own thread right there, introducing yourself to the class for the first one, and then eventually you guys are going to be responding to readings, etc. As far as the units go, they're all in the unit section. We're going to be working with personal narratives, but mainly focusing on the college essay so that we can save you guys some time on your college apps. You click on any of these folders, boom, link. You guys can see that there is this whole shell, and it opens up another window, which opens up another window. So every week, you guys are going to see a different lesson. You click on that, you're going to have some reading, writing skills, sometimes some vocabulary lessons, and we'll go through this where you guys write what used to be referred to as columns. These package files have been created by Fairfax County, and so all the English 12 classes use them, and you'll access those as you go through the year. So just if you wanted to kind of take a look, we'll go back to this one, take a look at Hamlet, which will start a little later. We focus on generations, crime, and counterculture. Same thing. It looks the exact same. You guys will click on the drop-down menu, lesson 1, readings, discussion board, writing progress, vocabulary skill, and all these are going to be part of your session worksheets, which you submit on Google Classroom. I'm going to show you that really quickly. If you go to Google Classroom, everybody in your class is already signed up, which is great, and that's where I'm going to email you from time to time, at least once every week, mostly on Mondays, telling you, hey, thanks for your homework. Here's some things to think about for class or chat tomorrow night. All the classwork is going to be right here, so you can see that when you have an assignment for the orientation or personal narrative, it tells you what to do. Each student is going to get his or her own session worksheet. The session worksheets are graded out of 70. with kind of an equal distribution of points for the most part. You guys will type your name in this top part, and then you're going to cut and paste your discussion board posts right here so that I see them. They're graded according to the rubrics on the right-hand side. There's a writing assignment every week. Oftentimes it is a personal narrative or a chunk of your Hamlet writing or a chunk of your Brave New World piece, whether that's a website or a Google site, or maybe a Google slideshow or an essay. Each of these worksheets has specific links, and that's where you're going to add the information. And then you're going to go ahead and, I don't have it, but there'll be a big submit button here, and those are due every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Anything that comes in after 8 a.m. is automatically counted at 20% with a 20% deduction to keep you guys on your toes, because part of your FCPS contract dictates that you work 6 hours a week and you submit something every week. So what I've tried to do to streamline a lot of this process is use this website. Anything you need should be under each of the quarters, and each of these front pages for the quarters are set up very similarly. So if you take a look, you're going to see a drop-down menu for some readings and videos here, exemplars and resources. Same thing for Hamlet, same thing for research. If we go to personal narrative, it gives a brief explanation, tells you what percentage the grades are going to be for that quarter, gives you learning targets that are tied to specific SOLs. It shows you the rubric, which I've tried to put on every page. This year, I've started compiling prompts, as I will every year. Here's a unit checklist for your first lesson, second lesson, third lesson, etc. And if there's any readings, I've tried to offer a link right there. Go to Hamlet, go to research, go to Brave New World, go to your choice text for the second semester, film study, same thing. If we go to the resources page, you're going to see that you're going to find kind of just a basic generic front page that tells you to look on the drop-down menu. Here's the drop-down menu. This is review for exams, technology skills. So if many of you guys need some help with, say, learning how to use, whether that be Collaborate or any of the other video programs, Google Sites, Google Slides, it's all going to be right there. Apparently the internet is a little bit slow today. So when we use Flipgrid, here's an example. Safe Assign, Screencast-O-Matic, and then a bunch of different resources on presentations and what we call multimodality. It's just really a text and image, maybe media presentation. Also under resources, you guys are going to find a variety of video tutorials. I try to create YouTube videos or videos that I post to YouTube for certain elements, whether that be integration of text or use of your Blackboard Collaborate shell, or even something as simple as just the intro video. Last year's video is already posted, and I'll post this video shortly. That'll take you to our YouTube page, where you can see on the right-hand side a variety of different videos about Safe Assign. There'll be a back to school night video, hanging indents for your works cited, continued issues with works cited, MLA examples, intro to research, etc., etc., etc. From time to time, you guys will have a virtual class where you'll watch these videos, and then in chat, in lieu of chat, and you'll hand something in to try to save you time. As far as the most powerful resources are the ones that you're probably going to want to use the most. I would imagine that's going to be the daily agendas for class, those slideshows. So if we go back to Drive, I'll just go to Drive right away. Every week I have a different slideshow and modify these as we go, and you'll have access to these links. These presentations are going to be what we do every evening. So I start out by having you give a little bit of an explanation of something from that week before. For the first week, we're going to ask you where you came from, what your present situation is. You go to X school, and where you hope to be in the future, whether that's college, 5 years out, 10 years out, whatever that may be. Each of these is set up very similarly. We offer goals for class, and I try to organize the goals in the same way so that you know what's due. Go through the entire class, which you'll see later on, and then at the end, you'll see what is due for the next week. And so just to make sure that you guys kind of understand what's going on, I am here as always for you. You can email me at whbooz@fcps.edu. There's my lovely family when we went camping. And I hope that we have a great year. Typically we do. You guys rock. Thanks a lot and have a great day.